Sorry about that, everyone. So, OBS was kind of having a brain spasm again. Because as we all know, OBS likes to screw around and not work correctly. So, sandwich is up and running. Let's go looking for shinies. Let's get rid of the Greninja things. We're not hatching Greninja eggs right now. So, back to shiny hunting for the Jigglypuff. So, Jigglypuff. Face turquoise covering eyes. Yeah, OBS was having some spaz attacks again. It's like, OBS, you have one job. That one job is to work correctly when I am trying to do things. I realized that I was on my recording series window, which switching over my recording stuff to my streaming thing is historically doesn't end well when I'm live. So I had to go, switch it over. And then OBS just like completely locked up and crashed. So I was like sitting here for like 15 minutes waiting for things to start working, and now finally the whole thing sorted itself out. But how are you doing? Oh, nice shiny for Sableye. That is a fantastic shiny. I am so glad we got that one a while back. It is a delightful shiny. But yeah, this is the cursed Jigglypuff. For those who don't know, Jigglypuff, we were hunting it yesterday. We were hunting it the day before yesterday. And cumulatively, we have spent probably, I don't know, maybe 7, 8, 9 sandwiches on this thing. And have still yet to get a shiny Jigglypuff. Even yesterday, we only got one shiny, and it was not even a shiny boosted by the sandwich. So, I think that Jigglypuff is just cursed. I think it's cursed, and I'm just accepting that it's cursed at this point. But we're gonna keep hunting it because we gotta get it eventually. We still need to get Dachshund as well. Well, not Dachshund. Fido. Don't. Yeah, those are not shiny. Yeah. Fido, I know the shiny is a little bit darker. I know with Jigglypuff, the eyes are much brighter green. So the demon, I'm gonna do this week's Fortnite, hunting the shiny Gulpin later, so as well instead. Yikes. We actually got shiny Gulpin randomly. The first day that I was playing this game, so like when I first got the game, I was in the area you fight the Cloth Titan, and I just saw a random shiny Gulpin. So Gulpin was my first shiny in the game. And then the next day, I got a shiny Pawmi. So, shinies liked me pretty early. Keep in mind, no shiny charm for that. Not Box's Picnic. Shiny Fido is baked. Exactly. Shiny Fido would look like a baked bread. It looks like a bagel. It is the bagel doggo. Jungle Vivillon. Interesting. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be hunting for all the different Vivillon forms. I know a lot of people are at the moment, but I'm not really Vivillon's biggest fan. Hello, Mudkip. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Discount Butterfree. Because my favorite butterfly moth Pokemon is Volcarona, and formerly was Venomoth, and then we just kept phasing on Venomoth shiny. So it's kind of like lost a little bit of its love on my end. But I mean, I still like it more than one of the others. Though Beautifly, though, I kind of like Beautifly. Granted, I like Beautifly because the horrifying Pokedex entries that thing has. Hello, Cubing. Ah, Minecraft. I see. Lettuce. Let us leave it alone. Does anyone have Dragon or Larva or Scrub, Probosca, Stunky, can touch trait? I think I might have a Dragonair. But we'll have to do it after this sandwich runs out. Again, provided we don't get the shiny on this one, which I don't think we'll get a shiny because the shiny hates me. Nope. Yeah, I don't think that's a shiny one. Yeah, just checking, but I don't think it's shiny. Yeah, it's not shiny. Run away from the bagel dog. First full out shiny was a random Gibble. Nice. Yeah, the first one I got was a Gulpin, and then it was a Pommy later. I know for certain I don't have a Stunky, because this is my Scarlet, this is my Violet version, and Stunky is an exclusive to Scarlet. And I evolved my Stunky into my Skuntank. Lemon. Maybe auto wrong, change it over to lettuce. Nope. Honestly, I do wonder how many sandwiches it's going to take for us to get this freaking Jigglypuff. Because again, at this point, we're at 7. Actually, no, actually, probably not even, probably more than 7. We're at probably, like, this is probably, actually, no, so we did 4 yesterday. No, we're honestly on 9 at this point. Because I'm thinking, like, yeah, no, we got more than them the previous days. Scrub Larvitar, continue. Yeah, the Scarlet is exactly. Yeah, I do not have, because my Tyranitar I have, but that's because I got a Larvitar. And then I just evolved that. Stunky I got, and then I evolved that from a trade. And I don't have Scarlet. I had a Scarlet that I evolved into a Dragalge, so I do not have any of those on hand for trade. But I do think I have Dragonair. But Dragonair is a relatively easy one to go get inside of Lake Casaroya. Alright, not seeing the Bagel Dog yet. Hopefully we'll see the Bagel Dog later. And if you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. We're going to have the Decidueye Counter Guide video. That is going to be out probably Thursday, maybe Friday, depending on release stuff. That was weird. But yeah, we have a Decidueye Counter Guide. It's going to be going out, and a lot of thought went into that one. Honestly, Decidueye is looking to be pretty easy. It seems to be a relatively easy raid. Hey, nice cubing. Nice. Even Umbreon have a hate relationship with the... I mean, getting shiny Eevee in this game is just pain. It is just absolutely pain. No, not shiny. I don't see a shiny over there. You are not shiny as well. That's not a shiny Jigglypuff either, unfortunately. I know that in, like, at night. I know that at night, like, the green eyes, like, they are much more bright. As if, like, they stand out more. But we're probably not going to get it. I still say the better way to hunt this thing for me would be go back into Let's Go Pikachu. And, like, hunt it in Let's Go Pikachu. But I don't want to go do that. Because I kind of want to play this game. Yeah, until we finish, like, the Master Trainers, we're going to be finishing in Let's Go at some point. The only issue with recording all of those is there are so many Master Trainers. And, you know, I'm uploading them as, like, if you want an Eevee, might as well grab a normal sandwich and try trying to give you it. Yeah, the Eevee outbreaks, though, are the hard thing to get. The best place to get an Eevee outbreak is if you have your location be Medali when the game rolls over to the next day, and hope you get an Eevee outbreak the next day. That's really it. The game is a jerk with Eevee outbreaks. And even then, around here, there are so many normal types. You will get so many just spawn interferences from other normal types. Because we tried shiny hunting Eevee around here with no outbreak. And in the 20 minutes we spent here with a normal Encounter Power 3 sandwich, we found, I think it was 2 Eevee. Not 2 shiny Eevee. 2 Eevee, just Eevee. So it was not really a good time for anyone. Joke's on the game. I don't want shiny Eevee. See, that's me too. I don't want... I mean, I eventually need shiny Eevee for the living shiny decks. So there's that. Because again, we are shiny hunting everything in the game. We're just starting today with Jigglypuff, the cursed Jigglypuff, the shiny which will never sparkle. Nope. Picnic. Yeah, honestly, like shiny Eevee, I would say is probably the hardest thing to hunt. The best way to actually hunt Eevee is honestly hunt the evolved forms of it, because there are a number of areas where they appear, and then use the Masuda method to basically fill in the gaps. I know around Medali, you can actually do electric and counter power 3 sandwiches, and you can get like exclusively Jolteon, which is how we are going to be hunting that one. But otherwise, no. Oh, no, you don't need. Yeah, you need more of them. You need all of them. But that's why it's better to hunt the evolved forms rather than Eevee itself. And then you use either Masuda method or, when you fish for an Eevee outbreak, then you use that to basically fill in the gaps. Because again, you can get Jolteon over here. You can get Jolteon is here, I believe. You can get Umbreon in Area 0. The area I believe where you can get Umbreon is the only dark type that's around there. And a few of the Vaporeon, we already have that one. You can get Jolteon, Glaceon, and more. Yeah, I believe you can get every single one of the Eevee evolutions in the wild. The only issue is where they appear, there's a lot of other Pokemon of several of their typings. Like with Sylveon, by Alfornada, there's a lot of fairy types. So if you do a fairy and counter power sandwich there, you're going to get a lot more than just Sylveon. You're going to get the Dachsbun family. You're going to get Klefki and a couple of other stuff. But if you go to something like here and you do an electric sandwich, you get like only Jolteon. Well, it's more north than here, but basically same idea. There's a lot of Jolteon over to the side. And Flareon, I don't think there's too good of a spot to hunt Flareon where it's the only fire type around there. Yeah, but the issue is for shiny hunting, Nayfi. We're talking about for shiny hunting. But yeah, if you're doing shiny hunting for them, there's a lot of spawn interference from other typings. Again, Sylveon's like the big one that spawn interferes because of how many fairy types are just around Alfornada. Espeon you can kind of hunt in Area 0 because there are areas where Espeon does spawn, but there's a lot of other psychic types that do spawn in Area 0, namely the Giraffaric family. Jolteon again around here. Vaporeon is the tricky one because again, water types, there generally is a bunch of water types. I know, but the Terra Crystal Overworld spawns are not affected by Shiny Charm, and they're not affected by Shiny Charm or Sandwich Powers, so they're full odds hunts. And the best way to do them is like soft reset. I think you have to change the date for that to work too, because just Picnic resetting them doesn't reset them. So it's a little more tricky. Which is why I think that the best way of doing it is like finding where you can isolate them from any other Pokemon of their typings, pop a sandwich, and try to get no spawn interference. And then when you get the ones left over, then you go for the Eevee by Masuda method. That's what I'm going for this. Yeah, but again, that's full odds. Yeah, that is a much longer hunt-wise compared to, say, something like Masuda method or Outbreaks. Which is why we aren't going for that form. But I respect people who can do the full odds hunts. I can't. But yeah, I think it's like you have to either be out of range of them when they spawn in and save. You save away from them. Then turn the game off, turn it back on again. And that goes for it. I think. I know Infernoman was hunting some full odds reset spawns, but I'm not like 100% positive how it actually works because I have not hunted them myself. And I have like zero intention of actually hunting them that way because I I gotta hunt full odds Poiple twice. I have to hunt full odds type null twice. And I'm not looking forward to either of those. So minimizing as many full odds hunts as possible is kind of my game plan. I do think that I'm going to have to kind of do the Poiple shiny hunts and the type null shiny hunts in conjunction with one another. As in, like, not in conjunction with one another, in conjunction with, like, other hunts. Because otherwise they'll just take forever. I mean, the other best way to do it is just hunt different ways for Jigglypuff. But yeah. The cursed Jigglypuff. Again, this hunt's cursed. I'm pretty sure it is. But how you doing, Raphael? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for grabbing Lady's link. So yeah, we're halfway done with our first sandwich, and still not a sparkle in sight. I think this place is just cursed. I think the game is like, you are not going to get sparkles. You're doing too well in the Elite Battle League. We must take away your luck other places. Though, if it comes to winning in the Elite Battle League and winning in, well, not winning in shiny hunts, but like just getting shinies, I will gladly take competitive victories. That's mostly like my prerogative is battling. It's going because Jigglypuff is cursed. We cannot get the shiny. This is, I think, our 10th sandwich. Just doing the low ball calculation of math, and no sparkly Jiggly. It's kind of crazy. Been playing Pokemon Shield all day, so I can have save files with no shiny charm. I see. Yeah, I could never do no shiny charm shiny hunts. You know, says me, and I got my Friggy-backs shiny. Masuda method, no charm. Irony. Well, then again, that was just because I literally had no idea what I was going to be doing otherwise for that day. I am terrible at coming up with ideas for things to shiny hunt. So I am probably like the last person you may want to recommend asking. Are you sure that they're cursed or they're just trolling you? Yes, they are cursed. I am fairly certain they are cursed. Well, honestly, Monkey, why are you not SOS chaining for Fomantis? Because, like, Alola, Fomantis SOS chain is what I would recommend for you. But yeah, I would say that the Jigglypuff are cursed because I love the Jigglypuff family, and they just don't appear for me. Just don't. Maybe I should come back to Umbrella. Yeah, probably. Again, I say the best way of hunting the Eevee family is Masuda method the gaps. You know, try and pick up as many as you can with overworld hunts, as in, like, okay, where they are the exclusive spawn of their typing. Then go clean up with, say, you know, Masuda hunts for Eevee. But that's mostly what my plan in particular is for when I have to try and hunt Eevee. But yeah, it's just kind of weird that we've gone how many sandwiches and no shiny from any of our sandwich boosts. Because we got a shiny Deerling yesterday. But Deerling isn't fairy, because we're running exclusively fairy sandwiches right now. Hey James, thank you very much. But yeah, I mean, I'm even surprised that we didn't even phase on a shiny, like, a shiny, Dedenne. Nope, none of those. I've never found a shiny from an outbreak, and I have done 5. Do you have the shiny charm, and have you been using sandwiches? But yeah, outbreaks are fickle. Some outbreaks have given me shinies quickly. Others have just not. And their shoes. but we just keep on trucking. Like, I wonder if this is going to be just another day of just fruitless Jigglypuff hunting. Sudowoodo. Nope. Again, I don't even need shiny Sudowoodo. I already have one in my Legends file. I really regret evolving my my shiny Bonsly I had in that game into Sudowoodo, because it would be so much easier to get Sudowoodo in this game. Been using sandwiches, but I gave up with a shiny charm. Yeah, I'd recommend shiny charm, because with shiny charm, with sandwich, and with maximum outbreak 60 KOs, your odds of getting a shiny are like 1 in 512. It's ridiculously high. You know, statistically, every sandwich you have a, not, you know, guaranteed, but statistically, if you run a sandwich in an outbreak with, you know, Sparkle Power and with a shiny charm, your odds of getting a shiny are actually very, very high with just the pure number of encounters you're doing. You know, you pretty much hit it and actually, like, surpass odds pretty quickly. Outbreaks are great until they just don't want to be. It took me over a week to find a shiny boss diff, even though it was full odds. Never getting the shiny charm, though. Yeah, well. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's people here who would be able to help with the shiny charm. I always recommend getting it. It just saves sanity. Oh, fair enough. But yeah, I am just kind of paranoid about this, the Jigglypuff hunt. But I mean, we've been on like I can't even think we've been on like a roll with shiny hunts lately, because the Piss Jackal took forever to appear. We got so many phases on like Pawmi and stuff we didn't need. And now we have this. Fair enough, Vinny. But the interesting thing about the shiny charm is, when you consider how long it takes to spend on like filling out the decks, and then how long it takes to hunt the shinies with no charm, it actually adds up to it takes far longer to hunt things full odds than it does to hunt things with the shiny charm even going and getting the charm. Because just how the time adds up, because it reduces your odds, it increases your odds, not reduces. Well, it reduces the likelihood of not finding a shiny by such a massive degree. SPN and shinies got already. Best shiny. I'm not a fan of really any of the Eevee family shiny, I'll be real. Umbreon, the bright blue on Umbreon, I just don't think works well. I like the yellow. The glowing rings of just like, the glowing onion rings, I think just look too good on it. Green, it's not a bad shade of green. Flareon does not change. Jolteon, like, the green makes it look a little bit sick. Normally I love purple. Like, purple Vaporeon doesn't really jump out to me. Glaceon, as much as I love Glaceon, it doesn't change. Leafeon doesn't change. I've said my piece on like Gen 6 shinies in the past, so I'm not gonna reiterate with Sylveon. It would take too long. 500 plus more character. Yeah, the character limit would not allow that. The center Dex and shiny pearls all transferred. So yeah. Once a home comes out, it'll probably be a lot easier to complete the Pokedex in this game, Mini. Because you'll be able to just import a lot of Pokemon. Not... There we go! I was like, they just did the Fido, and then we got the fucking Fido! Finally! Oh, that took forever. That took forever. Okay. Okay, right. Roar fails if you're higher level. I forgot about that. I did not know you got Roar, but that fails if you're higher level than it, which we are good. We almost failed it. Yeah, you can't Roar me. After so long, we finally got the stupid bagel dog. Fido took for freaking ever. We got our first Fido like 2-3 days ago, and then since then, it was like 7 sandwiches. And now we got it. So like after so freaking long, we finally got the Fido. Fido family, done. Alright. Alright. I guess the curse is now broken. The curse is now over. So maybe now we can find the shiny Jigglypuff. However, after this, this is gonna be our last fairy sandwich when it comes to this area. I think going forward, because I did say last time, if we end up getting the Fido before we get the Jigglypuff, and even if we do get, a Jigglypuff, then we get Fido, we're going to be shelving Jigglypuff into a Masuda hunt. So, yeah, we are shelving Jigglypuff. We don't get it on this one until we get, the freaking, the Jigglypuff is going to be... We are going to be shelving this hunt with Jigglypuff until it is Masuda hunting, and then we will move it to a different thing after this. So we're probably going to be working again on our Froakie eggs. So yeah, we'll be working on Froakie then. We're working on Froakie in conjunction with our Jigglypuff of Doom. But yeah, it's not like it's brown in color. So for the shiny Fido, so like I knew I wasn't missing any. But yeah, we are going to be resuming our Weeb Frog hunt because I really want to get the freaking shiny of this family and this family finish before Decidueye comes in. We're not going to be getting it. No, we're not going to be finishing this before we get the we're not going to be finishing the Froakie family before we get Decidueye raids, which sucks. But that's just the way it works. To get the Jigglypuff, you need to be like me and force it on to appear the sandwich. I know, but also they don't want to appear, Omar. They don't want to appear. So I can't force them to appear if they don't want to. But yeah, Bagel Dog is finished. Yelling Puffball of Nightmares is also being Shoe. I mean, again, the other way of hunting it is hunt it in Let's Go. Like, I think overall, that's probably the better way of hunting it. Because my first idea for a living shiny dex did actually start with, let's first start with Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee shiny hunts. But then I remembered, oh wait, I actually can't hunt everything in that game because I don't have Let's Go Eevee. So I wouldn't be able to hunt everything in there. So it would take time. Because I have to hunt the other stuff in other games. We don't need to look for Bagel Dog anymore. And we can't even run, like, a normal sandwich around here. Because then we get so many other spawns of other things. Because there's so many freaking normal types around here. You have Persian, Meowth, Cinnowbird. So they got the Shiny Charm, and let's go. Shiny Jigglypuff here with me, and I'll be fine for that. Nice. But yeah, Ninja's card. What is the best way to hunt Sylveon? I would not say reset Terra Fairies. I would say Sandwich would be the best way of hunting for Sylveon, because there's a lot of things that go into a Terra reset hunt. It's kind of complicated. The best way would be just deal with the spawn interference would probably be your best way of dealing with it. But yep, we're shiny hunting now, and it's not working. Yeah, outbreaks are obvious. Outbreaks are the best way to do shiny hunts. However, those are not always available. Nope. No. But yeah, Jigglypuff, you're going to be a Masuda hunt if we don't get you in this one. And I don't think we are going to actually get it. Because this thing wants to be a shoe. And the other way is hunting it is just to play Dynamax Adventures and get it in Dynamax Adventures, which is another plan that I had. Considering I do need to get a number of other things for the Shiny Living decks. But those are going to be like plans for future stuff. But yeah, so now we'll cross off Fido. So Fido has been crossed off. I guess from now we're gonna move on to Jolteon, I guess. 5. So yeah, Jolteon's the next hunt. After, again, like the plan is, the shinies come when you don't have a plan for what to hunt next. And I think my sandwich is over now. Okay, no, we got 40 seconds left. We don't have long left, but I don't think it's going to matter. Egg. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, shiny hunting in general is luck-based. Shiny hunting is an entirely RNG-dependent thing. But yeah. No Jigglypuff. No Farewell Bagel Dog. No Jigglypuff. Alright, let's check all of these. And then we go working on Jolteon. Actually, you know what? Let's just hunt these eggs first. Because I kind of want to get rid of my Froakie eggs. A minimum, both offenses. I love seeing it. So yeah, we'll just hunt Froakie. If we find another shiny around here, whoopie-doo. But yeah, we'll go with just circling around Alfornata for a while. Not Alfornata, we'll be circling around here for a while. Just maybe we'll get lucky. Because other than the Dedenne, we actually do need most of the shinies around here. Well, other than the Dedenne and other than Fido family, we do need most of them. I feel the pain as going through. I do fairy, so I do 3 servings of tomato, a pickle, a cucumber, and then 2 salty Herba Mystica. That's what I run. But yeah, I think that this is not a terrible place to hunt certain Pokemon. I think this is going to be where I hunt Fungus and where I hunt Shroodle. Because one worry I have had is what the freak am I going to do about those? Because in Tag Tree Forest, aka Lag Tree Forest, you don't really get a good chance to see stuff because, again, they're so low to the ground, they're so small, and the shiny barely changes. But then I was like, wait, Shroodle and stuff appears around here, and the grass is short enough that I can still see them. So I can just go pop a Poison Sandwich here. I don't think there's any other poison types, and I still need both of those. Because I was agonizing over what the hell am I going to do when it comes to the Shroodle. Because again, Lag Tree Forest is Lag Tree Forest. And then I remembered, oh yeah, Fungus. Because I mean, Amoonguss was another one that kind of terrified me to hunt. But I was like, oh yeah, no, I got this here. I got like poison I can run here. Screw off Fletchinder. I mean, I also like flying, because again, I can get Tropius, I can get Stupid Talonflame Prevo, I can get the pre-evolution of Staraptor. Because we do need Staraptor. We need that family. But that's probably a Legends Arceus hunt. The first area, you get Spawn Interference from Igglybuff. And Igglybuff's shiny doesn't freaking change at all. So, I would rather focus here. Also, in the first area, You also get Whooper, which gets spawn interference if you're talking about the poison one. So this area I say is ideal because I don't need Whooper anymore. I already have the Whooper family. But I do need Shroodle, and I do need Shroodle, Grafii, and I do need Fungus and Amoongus. And this would be an ideal location to hunt them in because no spawn interference. For those wondering what spawn interference is, it is my term phrasing for when you're hunting a Pokemon and you use an encounter power sandwich and you get other Pokemon of the same typing as it in the area. So spawn interference for hunting Roaring Moon is, dragon types, Gible and the Gible family and Xylas. But if you Dark, your spawn interference is, of course, Xylas again and the Sneasel family. And that's spawn interference. It's basically anything that reduces the spawning of other Pokemon that you're actually looking for. Which is why I call it spawn interference, because it interferes with spawning. Particularly the shiny spawning. Oh, wait, then I get Bombardier over here as well, and I already have shiny Bombardier. But yeah, like normal type spawn interference around, Medali is insane. You've got, Oinkologne. We already got the Oinkologne family. You've got Meowth. You've got Igglybuff. You've got so many Pokemon that are just normal types that appear around here. That would just make it a huge pain in the ass to shiny hunt with a normal sandwich. But, Electric wouldn't be terrible, because we still need Electrode, we still need Voltorb. We already have Dedenne, but we need Pikachu. We already have Raichu, though. So we just need a Pikachu, and again, I'm probably going to Masuda breed that one anyway. Because I still need Pichu. And I do not at all trust myself to be able to identify a wild shiny Pikachu. I can kind of identify shiny Raichu, because it's a bit of a noticeable difference. But I do not trust myself with the other ones. Getting a bit cold. Jacket thing on. Nope. Yeah, I'm wearing my Def Leppard hoodie with my Def Leppard shirt. If you can't tell, I like the band. Hello, Bradell, how are you doing? You've arrived about half an hour after we broke the shiny curse. Well, not half an hour. You arrived about 10 minutes after we finally broke the shiny curse. But it was the final member of the final Fido we needed. So that was good. And again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Alright, let's get going. Alright, nope. I swear, if I have to check every Jigglypuff. I need to check all of them. I feel like Medali is probably going to be, my Yeah, we got Bagel Dog. We have acquired Bagel Dog. Final Lycan Rock. You're eating a rock sandwich. I love shiny Lycanroc. I have a shiny midday. I need to shiny hunt midnight Lycanroc. And shiny dusk Lycanroc is going to be another hunt we're going to do, though. Because Dusk Lycanroc, hands down, is my favorite form of the Lycanroc family. I want Masuda, Hisui, and Zoroark, but I know it'll take against. Not really! Hisui and Zoroark, Masuda, just Hisui and, not Hisui, but Masuda hunting in general in this game is actually pretty fast. As it, aside from this counter directly below me where we're over double odds on stupid Weepfrog, but Masuda hunting is generally pretty quick. If it wasn't for the fact that, again, I do stream these, I could probably blow through, 17 boxes of shiny, 17 boxes of eggs in, a day. Because collecting, you collect about 3 boxes, a lot more than 3 boxes, every hour. It's really more like 3.5 to almost 4 boxes every hour. if you're on that good grind set. That's fine. I could give you a Volcarona. I'm pretty sure I have spares. Or like a spare Larvesta. But yeah, getting a Flame Body Pokemon is relatively easy. A good way to go is like Asado Desert. And then you just go catch a Fiery Floof Larva. I'll do my Volcarona in Area 0 or Talonflame, right? We're getting raided. Hey, Fiery Giraffre, welcome in. Who's this? Do any Pokemon exist that no? We actually tried figuring out that a couple of weeks ago. There is nothing that gets both Flame Body and False Swipe, which is super unfortunate, but also probably kind of fortunate because like Flame Body burns, not good. But welcome in to the JJ Runners. Who's the raider on this? Fiery Giraffre raid. We actually shiny on a Giraffre a few days ago. Flame Body Carcadet. Carcadet does not get Flame Body. It's Flash Fire. Hey, welcome in, KB. How you doing? Welcome in, everyone. Thank you very much for popping in. If you guys haven't done so, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Oh, JJ the Phoenix. Oh, that's you. Welcome in. What were you guys doing on your end, if you don't mind my asking? Hope it went well. Oh, yes, we have to do set of eggs now. We finally broke our shiny curse. We finally got the final member of the Fido family after probably 7 sandwiches of no boosted shinies. We finally got one, and we have decided to shelve the shiny hunt for Jigglypuff to be a Masuda hunt. But given how our Masuda hunt for Froakie is going, I don't think that's going to happen for a good while, because then we got Rowlet coming soon. Shiny Lock, Solar, Light, and Lunar Dark. Is that a ROM hack? I am not familiar with that game. Welcome in, Taylor. How you doing? How is it going? Hope it is going well. Carcadet gets Flame Body. Interesting. Okay, really? I thought it got Flash Fire. Really? I thought it was Flash Fire that it got. Because I know the Evolved forms get Flash Fire. Let's see. Carcadet. There we be. There we go. I know it's probably pronounced Charcadet. However, that sounds so awkward to me. And oh, it is Flame Body Hidden. Okay. But yeah, Ceruledge and Armor Rouge, they are yes, weak armor. Yeah. Okay. So it is Flame Body, but then it goes into weak armor. Okay. Fan game. Shiny odds are 1 in 128. Only death is. That sounds good so far. Playing Kirby in the Forgotten Land because it's got today. It's Calamity today. Nice. Yeah. You guys may not know this, but I do a lot of recorded series, and I actually finished this recording. So the entirety of the main story of Return to Dreamland Deluxe is now finished. That's going to be started editing and being uploaded, and that was a great game. Like. Kirby Return to Dreamland was like my first exposure to Kirby in large capacity, but I was watching a channel that I really love watching. They played Return to Dreamland, and I love the game, so playing it was just really, really fun. We are going to be playing Return to Triple Deluxe. Eventually we'll play Triple Deluxe. Forgotten Land is going to be coming, but also, I finally have my schedule cleared for this. Metroid Dread. Dreadtroid. I am looking forward to Metroid Dread so hard because I am a huge fan of those games. I love Metroid. See what you mean by having Flame Body plus False Swipe. Yeah. Yeah, even if it existed theoretically, a Flame Body False Swipe user, the chances of you burning the Pokemon you're trying to fight is not, a great thing. That's why I really just deal with the, I just deal with the thing. Because remember, you can always run away from shinies unless it is a Zorua and save your game. And then just go and get your shiny. You get your hunters. Well, good to me. Thank you very much, JJ. Have a good day. Thank you very much for that raid. It was glorious of you. But yeah, I think it's generally best to, if you see a shiny, just switch out your Pokemon. Because remember, you can save in front of them. Yeah, that's why whenever people go for, like, a shiny hunt with something like Breloom, they will always try to get the Breloom teched over to Technician as its ability, rather than go for, like, an Effect Spore Breloom. Because that way Breloom can, you know, not accidentally poison the thing you're trying to catch. Yeah, there's nothing stopping you from swapping Flippy. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just saying. The latency on the stream might have not gotten up there. That's what I do. That's what I do with the Volcarona. Anytime I see a shiny, save, swap out. Granted, I could always do have 2 Pokemon in my party, you know, one being the Hatcher, one being the False Swipe user, for if I find a shiny. But I don't do that because, again, it takes it slower to actually hatch the eggs. And also, I'm not, you know, going in increments of 5. One of the reasons I always will try to get my egg hatches in increments of 5 is both my OCD, but also I just like that I can do this and not need to go, okay, I took up 4, need to rearrange the thing. Yeah, Poison Heal is good, but Poison Heal is also the hidden ability, I believe. Was Poison Heal the hidden ability, or was that Technician? Whatever the hidden ability is, because that way I don't have to use an ability patch. But yeah, Poison Heal is good. The only thing that I kind of don't have, the only thing against, I guess, Poison Heal is if I forget to take off my Toxic Orb, and then something as, like, Thief or whatever, and then they Toxic Poison themselves. But yeah, definitely either of them is a fan. Oh yeah, right, also Maushold Tandemaus can also spawn here with a normal sandwich. There are so many reasons to not use a normal sandwich around here for shiny hunting. Oh, really? Technician's the hidden ability. Okay. I can never remember between Gliscor and Gligar and Breloom which one got Poison Heal as a regular ability and which one got it as the hidden ability. Because all I remember from both of them is they both get Poison Heal. I just don't remember which one is, like, the one that got it naturally. So maybe it was Gliscor's the one that gets it by natural. But then what's Gliscor's hidden ability? Unless they both get it as hidden ability? I don't know. I've rarely ever... I don't really do singles. So I never really encounter it. To be fair, nobody is going to find a shiny Tandemaus. Yeah. Yeah, Tandemaus shiny is going to be Masuda Hunt. We're doing a living shiny decks. So if you guys want to see more of that, you know, share this out to your friends, like and subscribe for more. But Tandemaus is going to be Masuda Reject, where I am just going to be hunting that thing by eggs. Because I have a growing, well, actually, like, growing and shrinking list of everything I'm going to be doing by Masuda hunts. The starters, obviously, are all going to be on the Masuda hunt list. Of course, Tandemaus is now on the Masuda list. Tynamo, that's the other one, is on the Masuda list. And any, like, just generally kind of annoying Pokemon are going to be on that list. They both got Poison Heal. If I like Gligar, normally isn't seen what they do to how hard it is to get poison, though. I know, but I was mean, like, which one gets it as a natural ability, which one gets it as a hidden ability. I remember both of them got it. I just remember one of them gets it as a normal ability. One of them is a hidden ability, which the hidden ability is the, maybe Gliscor's the hidden ability? I guess Breloom is the one that, yeah, because Breloom gets it normally. I just didn't remember if, like, Gliscor got it as a hidden ability. Doing shiny hunt for fairy types in Medali. Yeah, I salute you, Vinny. That broke me. Because I cannot get my freaking stupid, Jigglypuff. Which is why it's Masuda hunting now. Okay, Gliscor's the hidden ability. Okay. I couldn't remember which one was which. Because, again, I don't play singles. I play almost exclusively doubles. Aside from the EBL, which, if you guys want to see some epic battling, highly recommend you check out the Elite Battle League. Those videos are up. And if you want to see an especially, if you guys want to see an especially, you know, intense battle, I highly recommend you watch the most recent one where I have an epic showdown with It's Really Timmy B and his Mewtwo, which this is the Mewtwo that I had a showdown with that last week completely, well, the week before I fought him, completely swept his week 2 opponent. So Mewtwo just went in and it outsped and one-shot the entire enemy team. And I had to face that Mewtwo. So it was a super intense fight. Highly recommend you check it out. His end and mine were both great. Shroomish Breloom and Glasswater are the only 3 mons with Poison Heal. Gligar's immunity became... Oh, interesting. So what is Gliscor's... what... Okay, so then Gliscor... Weird. Okay. Yeah, Hypercutter, I think, is their other ability. The normal ability. Okay. Again, I don't really play singles, so I just never really encounter it. Mewtwo outspeeding and one-shotting everything. Jello, Mewtwo, everyone. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Mewtwo is stupid fast. Like, it is a 130 base speed Pokemon with 154 special attack and 90s in both defenses and 106 HP. That thing is incredibly defensive, as well as being, like, it's defensive in the sense of, like, it's a defensive glass cannon. You know, it can actually chunk it. It's not really a glass cannon, it's just ridiculously offense. And it can actually survive hits, which terrifies me. Hey, Litsune, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. But yeah, because like, I had to face that thing down Black Pill, and I highly recommend you watch that video, because I had to get really creative. And also, I am facing another Mewtwo in week 5. So the fight with Timmy was week 3, and the fight that is going to be week 5 is when I'm facing another Mewtwo, which is going to be used by the current 3-time champion of the Elite Battle League, Lionheart Plays. So I have to face another Mewtwo later, and I'm terrified thoroughly. But hopefully when it comes to the fight against Lionheart's Mewtwo, by then it's not going to actually matter. Entirely down to, depending on what the KD ratio of the opponent, the 4th place person, I may not even actually need to battle Lionheart, because if the both of us are so far ahead of the other 2 people that are in the division, I don't need to fight him. Oh, it's not going to be live. It's going to be in 2 weeks. Yeah, it's not going to be a live battle. It's going to be recorded on likely the Friday and posted on the Saturday. Question me: do the yellow, green, red peppers? No. I use a different recipe for my shiny hunting sandwiches. I do tomato, pickle, and cucumber with 2 salty herba mystica. There is a recipe that I know does use the green peppers, but that is 3 other ingredients and then a green pepper. Yeah, I think you're gonna love it. But yeah, I have to face Humberto's Mewtwo. But again, the thing I'm not as worried about is, depending on my performance for week 4 and depending on the other people in the division's performance for week 4, I may not actually even need to fight Lionheart. Like, theoretically, I could just get 6-0'd against Humberto, and it would not affect the standings. Which would just be, like, absolutely great. But then the only worry is, okay, well, what if I have to face Humberto in the playoffs? Because the main reason why I'm thinking about this is, if I have to face Lionheart in the playoffs, well, I'm not going to bring my best team for beating him week 5 if the outcome of the battle doesn't actually matter. Like, why would I reveal all of my tech week 5 in a fight that doesn't matter, so that way, if we fight each other in the playoffs, then he can just counterplan me. So it was like, why would I do that? It makes no sense. A funny story that always comes to mind about Deoxys attacks when you remember how similar its bulk is to Wingull. Even Wingull can outclass his bulk. Yep. I believe there actually are a number of cases where you actually don't want Deoxys attack as a glass cannon. You actually want Deoxys normal form. For reasons. There's a couple of reasons. But yeah, it kind of feels like at the moment in the EBL, everyone is just a gang up on Humberto to beat him. And okay, I'm joining in on that. But I do think that this season EBL is probably our best chance for beating Humberto. Deoxys normal was wild. Yeah, I remember it was like Deoxys normal. There was like one time where normal form Deoxys was a better glass cannon than Deoxys attack form, but it was like super specific edge case. What did they other day? The 3 tomato, pickle, cucumber, 2 salty Mystica, correct? Yes, 3 tomato, pickle, cucumber, 2 salty herb Mystica. You need 3 servings of tomatoes, so it's going to be 9 tomato slices in total. These goofy pink flowers, gravy, Porion. Rip. But I got some hunts that we can be doing. Again, guys, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I'm terrified of going into playoffs for EBL, because I think I have a solid team, but also seeing a number of the other people going into playoffs, I don't think my team is as good as theirs. Like, I'm probably going to have to face Sly and his freaking Zygarde that obliterated. Like, his Zygarde has pulled off, I believe it is 2 6-0s so far. No, this Jakey, I think you have replaced the word best in place of worst. I think you have that backwards. Also, could someone please go and grab Jakey XY's link, please? My week 2 opponent for the EBL was a glorious match. It was glorious. So, how is the planning with that Icy Scales Frostmoth been? Because, yeah, I was petrified of you bringing Icy Scales Frostmoth against me, because it was like, this kind of body's Dialga. And I was thinking of, like, I'm gonna run Rock Slide Gastrodon just to slap that Frostmoth. I'm so glad I didn't. But that thing scared me so much. Sir, I think you may have that wrong. No. Greninja's not good. Greninja bad. Weepfrog bad. I mean, look at this. This thing has gone over odds, gone double over odds on both of these Masuda hunts. I say this is the worst shiny. This is my worst shiny I've ever had from Masuda eggs. Terrible. It's not coming to my next match. Oh my gosh. So you're not bringing the Frostmoth. I'm sad you're not bringing that Frostmoth, because, like, I honestly feel like, and I was actually talking about this. Yeah, Frostmoth also gets triple axle for some stupid reason. How a moth is capable of kicking, I have no clue. But yeah, we were actually just talking about how, in our division, it seems most of the playoff, the playoff teams seem a bit already, like, solidified, with some, like, major league shenanigans are gonna have to happen to, like, switch around the standings. And I was talking about, like, yeah, Jakey, if he had Ice Scales Frostmoth in week 1, might have actually been able to knock Humberto out. Like knock out of, like, the standings. So, like, because you could have, like, bodied most of his team. As, like, that would have been removed the threat potential. Not gonna, yeah, I'm planning, I pretty much have my entire plans for, yeah, that was like, oh no, like, the Frostmoth, that happened. Like, on the one hand, it was like, oh, I could have done so well, because I saw how much damage, because when I was doing my research for our battle, I was like, okay, my Lodic gets triple axle Bradle. How does my Lodic kick? It doesn't have legs. No chance I make playoffs, but I'm gonna have it. Exactly. Because, yeah, I was doing research for our battle. I was like, wait, why the freak did Primarina do that much to Frostmoth? So I ran the numbers, and all the numbers for Icy Scales kept coming back. It's doing so much damage. And then I saw, like, in your team selector thing, when you, like, switch Pokemon, it was Shield Dust. And then I was like, oh no. If that was Icy Scales, the Ice Scales, the entire match would have been so different. But at the very least, it helped inform me for some of my battles. I think Frostmoth is, like, such a sleeper pick for the EBL. Yeah, Quiver Dance, Ice Scales, Frostmoth. It's so specially defensive that, especially when we just can't really break it, it's so tanky. Yeah, like, had you had Icy Scales back in that fight, it would have been a completely different match. Yeah, I was also like, is he not using Ice Scales because he has a shiny and he doesn't know how to change the ability? And then I told you that you just had no idea. It was like, oh, that's probably why. Yeah. But yeah, I've pretty much planned my week 4 matchup team, and I'm working on planning my week 5 team. It's actually a decent pack. People don't expect it to get good. Like, Frostmoth is amazing. It's a lot of the same way that, like, Volcarona is amazing, but I would say Frostmoth of all things has a little bit of a better matchup, in the sense of its type combination has a lot more weaknesses, but it does get Ice Scales, which, like, massively bulks its special defense. Another fact, Frostmoth is one of the few Pokemon that can have both abilities simultaneously. Covert Cloak is holdable shield that's letting Ice Scales and Shield Dust together. I mean, that's more of a technicality. Kind of like how anything with Clear Body can run Clear Amulet and functionally have Clear Body. But yeah, I'm, like, next season, I think, like, EBL is going to be, like, freaking wild. Had I known going into EBL, like, the team comes in, like, I hate saying this, but I'm, to a degree, almost glad I lost my round 1 against, Doorman, because with my team being as conditional as it was for that fight, I still almost won. I think in the end I would have lost, but it got me to remember, to realize I cannot make my team reactionary. I need to make my team proactive, and I need to make it capable of, like, seizing the initiative in the match. And, like, that loss was, like, the gateway to future wins. And if I do fight Doorman in playoffs, it's going to be revenge time. Like, it's going to be the redemption arc comes full circle. Because Doorman's apparently already scared of going up against me again. Oh, Doorman's team is scary. He has a very, very scary team. But I think that there were a number of misplays in my fight against him, and I think, like, just re-rolling that fight back with the lessons I've learned about preparing a team for, like, this game, like, for, like, our future play battles, I think this time it would be a very, very different matchup as like just a different outcome. But yeah, I'm looking forward to facing him again. There are like 3 people in playoffs I'm not looking forward to facing. One is Timmy, mostly because when it came to Timmy, I talked about a lot of like my ideas I had for how to beat him and like why certain things worked against him, and it was helping him prepare for other opponents now. So he might be able to turn the information I gave him against me. And then there is Sly. Like, Sly terrifies me, because again, that freaking Zygarde is nightmare-inducing. And then the last up is, like, Humberto. But, again, Humberto's kind of, like, somewhat scared, but not fully. Because I have a plan for him. I have a plan for him, and depending on the way in which, like, Week 4 goes, if there is a reasonable chance for me to knock Humberto out of playoffs, I am going to go full tilt aggression mode against him. But if there's, like, the only chance I have for knocking him out is I 6-0 him, I'm like, okay, I'll keep the plan in my back pocket for if I fight him. So that way I could, boom, reverse Uno card, bro. But yeah, like, Sly, to a degree, like, well, Sly does. I have a plan for Sly. Timmy, like, Timmy really scares me because both of us acknowledge that our teams basically blow for blow counter one another. That there is no decisive edge one of us has over the other in a pure team setup scenario. And even our match that we had, it was anyone's game until the last turn, where, well, the second to last turn, where my Togekiss crit his Mewtwo. The other thing is, like, okay, knowing what I do now, okay, yeah, he isn't going to run certain things, which is good. Well, he can't really run certain things. Again, guys, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. 14-20. Yikes. Again, Shoe Frog is being annoying. Froakie, I will strangle you. No sparkles. Yet. Okay, how many more boxes we got? Yeah, we got a lot more boxes. Yeah, I'll probably be releasing all of these later tonight. Just gradually, while I'm like running damage calculations for some fights. Because this is sort of a peek behind the curtain, Jakey, when it comes to me and my battles. I don't just prepare for, like, the battle next. Like, I don't just prepare for, like, the upcoming battle. I prepare for the battle the week after. And then I also, like, in the back of my mind, plan for, like, all the successive battles after that. Because I don't see the point in, like, okay, if I can beat this person with this team, do I need to bring some secret tech that I'm saving for, like, you know, future weeks? Granted, like, there's some of it I just don't need to actually, like, bring certain things. Like, there's literally no reason for me to ever run anything different on Rotom. Because, like, why would I run anything different on the thing that gets Will-O-Wisp that burns crap? Why would I change Burn, Thunder Wave, Overheat, Thunderbolt, and Will-O-Wisp? There's no reason to change that. You can make releasing the Frogs the game calculations by exactly how many level 1 Froakies would die to pluck crispy, but all of them. Exactly. Well, I mean, for me, it's more of like, okay, I run damage calculations for, you know, future matchups. Like, I look at, okay, well, what do certain things get? What are certain things that I'm afraid of? And then, how well do the things that I have match up against, like, those other things? That's one of the reasons I really, really miss Sword and Shield's shoulder buttons functioning as the A button. Because that way, I could be releasing stuff. Like, I could do this, one-handed. I could, like, okay, scroll down, release, release, release. But now it's like, okay, well, I can't do that anymore. So I could do stuff much, much faster with calculations. It's going to be even faster when we get Pokemon Home compatibility, which I am fairly certain we're going to get home compatibility within the next, like, 3 weeks. Like, earliest we can get home, I think, is a week from now. And latest, I think, is going to be maybe, like, mid-April. Again, they said early spring. Which, you know, it's not spring yet, it's still technically winter. And I don't think early spring is gonna mean like, okay, day 1 of spring. I think it's gonna mean like a few weeks in. But we have no idea. Again, they could release it at a different time. They could release it on the 20th. But I think more likely than not, it is going to be a different day. It's not gonna be like the 21st. No, you're not shiny. You know it's not shiny either. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, especially seeing like EBL. Apparently EBL Season 6, it's not going to be Scarlet Violet yet. Main reason for that is with how up in the air things are because of the DLC release time. We all kind of assumed the DLC release cycle was going to be the same like release cycle as Sword and Shield, where you get one in the summer. It's not that, because we're getting one in the fall, and then the second part of it is going to be in the winter. We don't have, you know, there's too many ifs. Hey, Andrew. Oh, what's the news? Let's see. +2, 0 attack, Decidueye, Leaf Blade versus level 1, 0 HP, 0 defense, Froakie, critical hit. Oh boy, that is what, like 230 times overkill? That is like comedically excessive. And I love it. Alright, nice. What is your plan for your Decidueye counter? I'm curious. Because I've actually already got, like, the counter guide recorded. Editing is going to be done later today. So, there is that. That's why I'm super glad that a few weeks back, I started, like, planning this out. And then I was like, okay, well, I can record it this week because this is a bit of a lull in terms of the EBL. My week 4 is a solidly in my favor match. I don't want to say it's going to be an easy match because, like, you never know what can actually happen. But it's a match that I would say is, like, solidly in my favor. I don't need to go to, like, the same degree of, like, uber preparations I had for the previous ones. But it's definitely one that I think could be a little problematic. Yeah, 830. Wow. That is, that's a lot of Froakie. As it should be, because it's Froakie. All Froakie must get head chopped by Leaf Blade. I mean, they're not appearing. They deserve to be head chopped. Oh yeah, this is a very good one. Eliminate Blows, Dirk Room, Iron Hands, Outspeed after Rally Drum. That is clever, but you also gotta remember AI freaking cheats. And also Intimidate only procs once. Plus, we also don't know how aggressively it's gonna defensive purge. Also, Stantler does not get Eviolite in this game yet. Because its evolution is not part of the game's Pokedex, it does not get the Eviolite's benefit. It's the same reason why you can't run Eviolite on Ursaring. Because Ursaluna is not technically part of the dex at the moment, so it doesn't get the benefit, because it doesn't show that this thing can evolve. But if they can do it, it's an interesting play. But yeah, I note in the video there are so many different options for actually beating Decidueye for the raids, because there's a lot of supports and there's a lot of offensives, because this is, I believe, the first time that we have a Terra raid level 7 boss that has so many good counters. Like, both for the previous ones, your options were limited to almost exclusively physical or exclusively special. The only kind of one was like Charizard, where again, like the reason Charizard was actually a pretty easy one to do came down to they hadn't realized how easy it was to clown on Charizard, so then they, gave Cinderace bulk up, making, special options like the only ones you can use. Then they, for Greninja, basically kneecapped your ability to use things against it. And then Pikachu, same thing. But, like, when it comes to the matchup against this, you can use Iron Hands, you can use, like, so many other electric types, physical and special. So your support options also just go through the freaking roof. Like, you can even use freaking, like, Murkrow to clown on this thing. There's no damaging moves, so pure support only needs to be able to tank one hit. Interesting. I think the only issue with, like, potentially that is when the level 7 bosses actually do manage to score a KO, it does accelerate things like them putting up the shield, them doing the stat and ability purge, and in general could make things a little trickier. Because again, it does like accelerate the timetable. That's why against Greninja, getting something like a crit on Night Slash against something like Indeedee was horrible. Because it meant that you wouldn't survive another hit, and then it moves up the timetable of it, doing the ability purge, the stat purge, and just all that nonsense sorted. It was easy to clown on its own. Unironically, using Venomoth, Cryogonal, and Iron Treads. Yeah, it was very easy to beat. My friend plans on using Miraidon, Metal Sound, Electrode. Yeah, like, that's a great one. Like, Miraidon, I think, is the only self-sufficient one. As in, like, the only one where it can, on its own, relatively easily solo. Solos with other Pokemon, I think, are possible. But I think they're going to be, like, far, far more luck and RNG dependent. Like, yes, theoretically, you could use, like, Kilowattrel to solo it. But that doesn't mean it will work well, because it is very RNG dependent. But something like Miraidon, the Miraidon one, though, it is dependent on when the shield goes up. Because this is what I came up with the counter guide. I came up with the safe option. So, essentially, these are the Pokemon that will work regardless of what Decidueye brings, will work well regardless of when the stat purge goes off, when the ability purge goes off, regardless of what its setup moves are, these will work. Especially, like, the shield going up, because, again, the shield blocks all status moves. And I know, like, these are the safest options, so these will work against any set. However, they are not the best against a different set, against, like, if, say, it doesn't auto-shield, then this is not the best. It's, like, a second or third best. So even in a non-ideal scenario, it's still pretty much top-of-the-shelf damage output. Which is the reason I do think that, like, this is going to be such an easy Terra raid to beat. The only thing that I think could potentially, throw a monkey wrench in things is people going full DPS, not going, okay, maybe I want to bring a support Pokemon. Because all you need is, like, one support Pokemon, and it pulls together the entire thing. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. I just hope that they give better level 7 Terra rewards. I mean, I know in the end, the real reward of the Terra raids is you get a new Pokemon, a shiny huntable new Pokemon in the game. But man, Terra Crystals are not enough to justify it. I would kind of like apricorns, apricorn balls. You know, generally like pretty rare stuff that you can't get otherwise. But I do get why they're doing, like, they're only giving Terra Shards, because with how kind of insane they do make these raids, it would be a little crappy to, you know, make these raids, and then, oh, you can get, like, a billion good rewards out of it. But you only get one of them a day. It encourages people to just, like, save scum the dates, and, like, just keep date skipping to keep getting more and more of these rewards. But, again, it's discouraging people from save scumming and then actively hindering the rest of the players. They gotta decide which one matters more, and apparently the save scumming is more important to them, which I personally don't think is a good idea, but fair enough. Yeah, that's the one issue with the fact that in this game you don't get raid refreshes when you do all the dens. Not a bunch. 2 minus 2 HP flying guaranteed. Okay. Yep. The only issue with that is, though, the problem is with setting up all of that. Life Orb actually does not really benefit it. You don't really want Life Orb on it. And it also works if the shield is not applied. But that's kind of the main problem. Is the shield, when the shield comes into play, is a very nebulously undefined problem. And because, again, if the shield goes up, then it completely is useless. Then Iron Hands cannot really do that kind of damage. That's the reason why, like, I divided the thing into the safe options and, like, the best options, because safe options is electric-type special attackers next to Acid Spray. Because Acid Spray will work even if shield is up. Well, the shield, it reduces the damage you do. It also blocks status moves, which is a problem. What is it, Andrew? Yeah, the real issue of the shield isn't even, I would say, the damage reduction. It's the status moves being removed. Because you can't drop defense reliably. You can only drop special defense reliably. Which, I guess that is a bit of a consolation, considering that there is no good special insta setup, but there is very good physical insta setup. Again, belly drum. You know, best you've got for special setup is like Nasty Plot spam. But, again, that takes, 3 turns of Nasty Plot. Then you attack. But again, 3 turns, and then the 4th turn is when you attack. Not accounting for AI going Stat Purge. Which is why I am really looking forward to Alchemy coming back. Because when Alchemy comes back into Terra Raids, like when Alchemy comes back as a support Pokemon for Terra Raids, it is going to just crack every single Terra Raid wide open. Because just Decorate spam is going to be great. We are going to be streaming the Decidueye Terra Raid, so we could be able to do that. Yeah, Thursday this week, we are going to be doing like a big stream of the Decidueye Terra Raids. After, of course, our regularly scheduled Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild stream on Wednesday, because every Wednesday is Breath of the Wild Wednesdays. Which is why I really want to get this freaking shiny today, but I do acknowledge that, no, we're not getting the shiny today. We are not getting a shiny, but Decidueye raids are going to be a thing, and we're going to crush them. Alchemy is going to be amazing. Like, Alchemy will be the single best support Pokemon in the entire raid thing. It just, Decorate is insane, because the main reason why Decorate is so good is it doesn't just help with pure damage. It helps with stored power setups. I mean, the other thing is that, Game Freak, My one worry, though, when it comes to Terror Raids, when we get home expansions, is legendary Pokemon being allowed in. Because, you know, decorate Alchemy into something like Mewtwo with stored power. You know, that is going to be the most powerful thing in the game. Especially if you, like, Indeedee Psychic Terrain help. Like, Indeedee Psychic Terrain for increased damage boosting. Which makes me think they're gonna start pulling out all kinds of extra BS when it comes to Terror Raids. I have a discount when it comes to Flatter and Swagger, but since they miss, it's like extremely poor man Alchemy falling down. I mean, it isn't really even that. It's that you need a Pokemon with an immunity to confusion, and you need, you know, again, it's not just the accuracy, it is the confusion problem as well. You need auxiliary setup. So, you also get the same kind of insane boost. If you use a move like, say, you know, again, Decorate, it's a catch-all answer to everything. You know, again, provided they aren't like a Steel or Poison type, or a ridiculously aggressive physical attacker, Alchemy can basically survive that. So, there is definitely, like, realistic, a physical attacker anyway. There is also the benefit, again, stored power. You get a +4 rather than a +2. So, it's a lot more than just the accuracy thing. It's more in line with the other things, because with Flatter and Swagger, you need to retool the moves for everything. With Alchemy, it's literally one move, and you don't need to be retooling it every time. You can just decorate. So it basically exists to get hit by Flatter, Mane, and Swagger, pretty much clueless to all other raids. Not really. You generally would probably want Unaware on it over that, because that way, if the NPC has like stat boosting, like physical, like offensive stat boosting or defensive stat boosting, you can bypass that. But with Own Tempo, you can't really bypass that, because like it's a bit of a problem. That's the entire reason why like it beat Greninja so well, is it bypassed the evasion boost. Hey Ghostface, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. What name for Ordinary Palkia named I have no idea what that is. Probably some Greek thing. Probably Greek thing. Someone gets oblivious for dinner. Yeah. Ideally, you would want Own Tempo. You ideally want Unaware on it for Terror Raids, just because that way you can bypass any offensive or defensive boosting raid bosses bring. Because the Swagger Own Tempo, well, a Flatter Own Tempo, is a bit of a niche thing. You know, it's You're not getting the damage, bypassing, of course, defensive boosts. You only have it work with, of course, if Swagger or Flatter user is in the field. And you also have another Pokemon that is not able to use a move like Acid Spray at the same time. So there are some issues associated with it. Which is one of the reasons why like you generally want the other one. It doesn't bypass evasion. In battles, it messes without keen. It still messes without keen. I say. No, Slowbro can get Unaware. Slowbro gets Unaware as an ability. I'm pretty sure. Oblivious, really? I'm pretty sure it got Unaware. Yeah, Keen Eye bypasses the accuracy boost. Slow. I'm pretty sure it got Unaware. Slowbro. Oblivious. Really? Huh. What got Oblivious? Not Oblivious. Unaware. Interesting. Why do I remember that it had one ability that bypassed stat boosts? Interesting. Maybe it's I'm thinking about intimidate is one thing I'm thinking of that it bypasses. Greek word for underworld horse. Okay. People are thinking oblivious is always unaware practice during the Sam the Man. Huh? Who's Sam the Man? I remember hearing people say that it got unaware. Who is Sam the Man? Well, I mean, the other thing was like, oh yeah, well, no, it's dumb. Yeah, Slowbro is dumb. Slowbro is dumb. I was never a big fan of the Slowbro strategies, but they did work somewhat. I was more a fan of the Gallade setup I had. Mostly because the Gallade setup was literally one turn of setup, and then on the second turn, Greninja is dead. It isn't like the freaking Slowbro strategy, which takes an eternity to go, and if you get stat purge, you auto lose. The Gallade one, turn 1, turn 2, dead. Nice. Good luck raiding this Brigatito. Never heard of him. Yeah, I'm frequently oblivious. Alright. I'm thinking, honestly, all things considered, might gonna be ending off stream today soon-ish. Like, we've only been live for what, like, an hour? Why is it I'm getting so tired when it comes to streams lately? Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is probably gonna finish off, like, these batch of eggs, and then we're gonna go on a raid. Yeah, I think we'll do that because I do need to get editing the Decidueye video. Who we gonna raid? Yeah, I mean, it kind of also does feel a bit like people aren't really watching Pokemon as much with like the whole issue going on with the save file. Let's go find someone to raid. Okay, no one is actually doing Pokemon stuff at the moment. All right, well there we go. We got a last egg. Oh yeah, no, we're probably ending off right now, but we're not getting the shiny because of this stupid frog. Is dumb. 450. All right. All right. I think that is actually all for us today. Let's go find someone to raid. Let's see. Let's see who's live. All right. Live. Wow, so many like absolutely. Wow, so many like just bot. I love, yeah, the first thing that comes up is just all bots. Yeah, it's just, they're just bot trading. Wow. So yeah, we'll go find someone else. And we'll probably go raid. We'll go raid like we'll go find someone else to raid. Yeah. Because a lot of people seem to be doing like Mario right now. We'll go raid Draconic. He's doing some Mario Kart right now. Yeah, guys, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I will see you guys next time. Let's rock and roll.